Hello, welcome to section 1.4, Write Equations and Inequalities. Okay. As always, you need to do the warm-up before you start the notes, but if you've already started the notes, just pause the video and come back after you've tried them all. Okay. The reason why we do this one more time is so that you can practice the kind of questions that show up on the quiz and test and not just listen to answers. Okay. Number one, we got 18 less than a number C. So in this case, the less than is going to translate into subtraction. However, remember, less than is a special one. Like if I had $2 less than I had yesterday, it would be yesterday's money subtract 2. So less than changes the order. So the C is going to come on this side, and the 18 is going to go on the other side. Okay. All right. The quotient of 8 and twice a number Z. So remember, quotient is the answer to a division problem. So you find the word and in there, and that's going to flip to division. 8 came first, and twice a number Z. Twice a number Z means 2 times Z. Okay. The amount of money you spent if you started with $40 and you now have D dollars. So this is how much I spent. Notice it's an expression here. No equal signs, no two sides. Okay. So 40 minus D. For instance, if I now have $10, then I spent 40 minus D. D is 10. $30 already. Okay, so it makes sense in real life also. So always pick a number, plug it back in, and see if it makes sense in the problem. Okay, the number of minutes in H hours. So H hours times 60. So for instance, if I had 1 hour, then this would be 60 times 1 for 60 minutes. Okay, plug it back in, and it'll take care of some of those errors like putting 60 divided by H or H divided by 60. Okay. You're making candles for your friends, and a mold for the candle costs $22.50. This is a one-time fee, and the wax to make one candle costs $5. So you're going to have to use this every time you make a candle. Okay. So an algebraic expression for the total cost of making X candles, well, it's going to be $22.50 one time, and then we'd have to add on X fives, or $5 X times. But we don't know how many that is, so we write it as a multiplication. 5 times X. Okay. So remember, repeated addition, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 X times could just be changed into multiply, 5 times X. Okay. Use your expression from part A to find the total cost of making 8 candles. So I'll plug the 8 back in and see if it makes sense for my problem. So $22.50 plus 5 times 8 turns into $22.50 plus 40, which is $62.50. And that seems to make sense. 8 candles would be an extra $40 because you have to buy $40 worth of wax. So we need a sentence answer. So something short. Total cost is $62.50. All right. A couple of definitions down here. An equation is a mathematical sentence formed by placing the equals between two expressions. So this is an equation, or this is an equation, and so forth. Okay. An inequality is a mathematical sentence formed by placing one of these 4 symbols. These symbols are less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to between two expressions. Okay, so for instance like this, 5 is less than or equal to 5, or 2x is greater than 10. Okay. And an open sentence is an equation or inequality that contains an algebraic expression. So in both cases, the second two were open sentences because we could figure out what the missing variable is by using some algebra for it. Okay. All right, page 2. We have some words that translate here. So we have equal. The symbol translates to is equal to, and you might see something like the same as, or is just shown a lot by itself. Okay. Is less than. Okay. Notice less than by itself is subtraction, but when you put is in front of it, then you get a less than symbol. Okay. You might also see fewer than. Is less than or equal to. Okay. At most or no more than. A lot of people think that that one is greater, but it's actually less than or equal to. I have at most $10. That means I have 10 or less. Okay. Is greater than for the greater than symbol, and we have more than. Is greater than or equal to, and then at least and no less than you'll see in words for those. Okay. So be careful with the at most and at least. A lot of people mix those up. And then also the way that I tell less than is I hold up my left hand. Okay, there's my left hand, and it makes an L. You can see the L with my first finger and my thumb. And then if you just lean that over a little bit, you'll get less than. And all those things start with L. Okay. Combining inequalities. Two inequalities can be combined. For example, we can combine x greater than 4 and x less than 9 into this sentence. 4 is less than x is less than 9. You can read it backwards. See, this is x is less than 9, and this is x greater than 4 read that way. Okay? So in both cases, here the alligator's eating the x, and on this way the alligator's eating the 9. So x are the things that come between 4 and 9. Okay. Compound inequalities written like this are helpful sometimes to really see what's going on. Okay. All right, write equations and inequalities. So let's give these a try. Number 1, part A. The difference of twice the number k and 8 is 12. So the difference is the answer to subtraction. So I find the and in here and put subtraction. Twice the number k, that's this part. Okay. So we get 2k, and then we have the 8 here. Okay? And then we have is. Is turns into equals. And then we have a 12 on the other side. Okay? So 2k minus 8 equals 12 is my final answer there. Okay? All right, the product of 6 and a number n is at least 24. So product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So I do 6. And n multiplied together is at least. Okay, so if I have at least something, that means I have that much or more. So this is going to be less than or equal to 24. Okay. Ooh, no, I'm sorry. At least is greater than or equal to 24. See, I mixed them up too. So take a big back here. At least is greater than, that means I have that much or more, which is what I said, but I wrote it the wrong way. The 6n is at least 24. Okay. All right, part C. Number y is no less than 5 and no more than 13. So we can write this two ways. Y is no less than. So that means it has to be bigger than 5 or equal to, and no more than 13. So y would have to be less than or equal to 13. So we can write it like this with the word and in between. Or we can combine them into one statement. So we could take that compound inequality, put the y in the middle, and on one side it's sandwiched by 13, and on the other side it's sandwiched by 5. Okay? So be careful with no less and no more. Remember, those translate into no more than and no less than, which have the equal to bar on them. Okay? All right. Part D. The quotient of a number p and 12 is at least 30. Okay? So I have p, and I replace and with the divide. Is at least 30. At least means I have, this has to be bigger than or equal to 30. Okay? All right, the sum of triple a number r and 3 is 11. So the sum means to add. So add up, replace and with add. Triple a number r and 3, and then is turns into equals, and we have 11. Okay? So and turned into the add. This is one side of the and. This is the other side of the add. So 3r and 3, and then is became the equals, and then we have 11 by itself. Okay? Now, when you substitute a number for the variable in an open sentence like x plus 2 equals 5 or 2y greater than 6, so if I plug in for x or plug in for y, the resulting statement will either be true or false depending upon whether the statement makes sense. So if the statement is true, then you know that that number that we substitute is a solution for that open sentence. However, if the statement is false, then we know that number is not a solution for that open sentence. So in number 2, we're supposed to check, is 3 solutions for these open sentences here? So we wanted to see, does 3 make these work out? So let's check. So our answer here, final answer is going to be yes or no, but you must show work, okay, for the check and see. So in this place, I'm going to replace x with 3. And it's a question mark because I'm trying to check if that is the solution. Okay, so then I'm going to get 8 minus 6 equal to 2, question mark. And that means 2 is 2. So I know that this is a solution. So my final answer is yes, but you must have that work where you check the left and right side to show that they are the same. Okay, skipping the work will lose a lot of credit on the quiz. All right, part B. I'm going to check 3 again to see if it's a solution. So I'm going to replace x with 3. This is going to give me 12 minus 5 equals 6. These are both question mark because I'm checking. 12 minus 5 is 7. 7 is not equal to 6. Okay, so this is going to be no for my final answer, but I have to have that work with it. Make sure you get this part here, otherwise you're not going to get full credit. Okay. All right, part C. We're checking 3 again. So 2 times 3 plus 5 greater than 12. That's question mark. 6 plus 5 greater than 12, question mark. 11 is not greater than 12, so my answer here is going to be no again. Did not work out. Okay. And then in my last one, I'm going to check 3 again. So 5 plus 3 times 3 less than or equal to 20. So this would be 5 plus 9 less than or equal to 20. We are checking, so we have question marks. At this point, we have one value on each side. So we compare for a true or false statement. This is a true statement, so yes, it was a solution. So for 2 of these, yes, it was solutions, and 2 of them, no, they were not solutions. Okay. All right, my last bit here. Sarah enrolled in a guitar class. The enrollment fee was $25. She paid a total of $70 for the enrollment fee and 3 lessons. What is the cost of 3 lessons? So it says we use mental math. We don't have to write anything, but I'm going to write what I would be thinking about why I solved this problem. So I know she started with $70 for the total, and she had to pay $25 just to be able to go to class. So that left me with $45. Okay, so from that $45, she used 3 lessons. So I do 45 divided by 3, and this will give me 15. So each lesson is $15. Okay. All right, our last one. Tyler would like to make no less than $610 selling coffee mugs. That means he wants to get 610 or more. If he sells 28 mugs for $22 each, will he achieve his goal? So a quick mental math, you might do something like this. This is 30 times 20, 30 mugs for $20 each. That would give you 600. That's really close to this. So I'm not sure if he's going to make it or not. So we're going to do the real math here. So 28 times 22 and check and see if he gets 610 or more. Okay, so 2 times 8 is 16. 6 carry the 1. 4 plus 5. Then we have a 0. 2 times 8 is 16 again. 6 carry the 1. And 4, 5. So if I add this up, I get 616. So yes, he will achieve his goal. Okay, he'll have $616. All right. Okay, so you have a follow-up here, 5 questions. There's 2 sets of directions, so be careful. And notice down here, you must have work for this. So it has the answers down below, but for number 4 and 5, it says you must have the work. So if you're not sure what work I'm talking about, go back and look at number 2, parts A through D again, and see what I expect. Okay, I will be checking on it. The way I grade these is 5 points for taking the notes, and when I have a follow-up, you get 5 points for completing the follow-up correctly. So that is a total of 10 for the homework. Okay, I will see you next time in class.